Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. I'm not gonna lie, this is like my third time doing this review. It's my third time doing this review because this episode had some interesting stuff in it. But all the interesting stuff happened towards the end of the episode. Literally towards the end of the episode. And so I'm going to have to sit there and do this review a little bit different. Martin and Anna, well, Martin sitting there flirting with Anna was just out the blue. I personally don't know what anyone actually sees in Anna, but okay, sure, whatever. Flirting with her. At some point, Valentine shows up. And he's just watching this whole thing at a distance like, After about a good minute or 30 seconds, he just got kind of tired of it. He walks up, he's like, so, what are you two crazy kids doing? Anna leaves for a little bit. And Mark is sitting there already tell that Valentine's not feeling it. Like, he's not feeling the whole, him flirting with, Anna. Valentine pretty much kind of just, pulls out the whole, well, I'm your client and I pay you money, so you have to sit there and kind of back off whatever thoughts you have going on. Yeah, that needs to kind of end because, I pay your salary pretty much. Which I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought that was a weak move, but Anna comes back. And Martin gets a call. I don't know what kind of call it was, but it was bad. It was bad. I don't know if it was about his mother or whatever, but it was bad. He left, and he wanted to go into Laura's house to sit there and say like they're in trouble or something. I don't know exactly what it is. Now, at first I was sitting there thinking it was his mother, but then I was like, maybe it's Cyrus. I don't know. It would be nice if Cyrus comes back, because something needs to happen with this show. It's been... something needs to happen. Chase, Michael, and Willow. Not gonna lie, nothing really changed between those three. I mean, Chase continues to sit there and make remarks that make both Willow and Michael feel guilty and awkward. It's literally the same thing from the last couple of times she's been doing it. Only thing that really happened interesting with Chase is that he found the letter that proved that Edward was going to change his mind as far as the will is concerned with Austin's dad. So that's the only thing that actually really changed. That's the only thing that was really different. Everything else was mostly the same, except one other thing. When he was snooping around, finding the letter, he left his chair in the living room. And when he came back to go sit in his chair, Brooklyn was there. She has that look like, you want to explain to me why I'm sitting here and you're standing up there? That's going to be interesting on Monday. Willow runs to Michael and says that she can't do it anymore. They had a talk, and Chase and Willow had a talk. All it really did was make Willow feel more guilty about what she's doing. And which, don't get me wrong, I do love watching her squirm because, let's be honest, if she would actually told the truth, she wouldn't be in this position. And to some extent, listen, I get it. Chase feels like he got cheated on. But when he said that, you married me when I was about to die, and now I'm not dead, now I'm not dying, I'm just stuck in a wheelchair, I'm like, okay, so you can kind of understand where she's coming from, but you're just going to keep on with this charade. Okay, alright bro, whatever works. Only thing again that I don't really like is that I feel like he's getting egged on to do some of this stuff by Austin, and not because he necessarily wants to do it. But whatever. Anyway, Michael, I mean, he comes over, well, she comes over to Michael's place. She's all like, oh, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. I'm like, you know what? If this was the first time you actually said this, and you were going to sit there and quote unquote tell the truth, I would have been with it. But, judging by the previews, you can already sit there and tell Michael gives that same stupid line of, I'll sit there and wait for you forever. They're not going to actually do anything. They're just going to sit there and justify reasons of why they should sit there and lie to him, and I just, whatever. Now, Michael did come over to Carly's place along with Jocelyn, or Jocelyn was already there, I don't exactly remember what, just for her to sit there and tell them that she's getting married on September 17th, and, you know, Jocelyn's over the moon for some odd reason. I guess somebody needs to be happy about whatever this crap is, so sure. Now, Michael kind of looks at it like, you know, it's kind of rushing it, you know, as far as, like, I know you're trying to send a message or whatever, but you're kind of doing this, like, really fast or whatever. And I look at that, and I'm like, how is that rushing it? They literally have a month and a half. Now, again, I'm not married, and so I don't know what it's like as far as planning a wedding or whatever. It may be, you know, them rushing it, but to me, it just seems like it's like, it doesn't seem that fast. But then again, time on soap operas clearly run a lot differently than reality, so Nina and Sonny. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't care. I didn't care. I felt like it was boring, and it also was a little bit sad because they had to sit there and go through Lenny's stuff and just kind of going down memory lane. Now, once again, you know, Mike, Sonny, whatever you want to sit there and call him at this point, you know, he has a flashback of the woman in the white dress, with the blonde hair, in the wedding dress. It doesn't really go that much of anywhere, because, you know, at some point, Sonny kisses Nina, and Nina feels guilty for what she's doing, which is, oh my goodness, it's so stupid. I don't understand how she feels guilty enough when she's kissing Sonny, and she's sitting there talking about how Sonny's happy where he's at, this, that, and the third. Like, she has that look of guilt, but it's not enough to actually fix things. Because if she actually did that, well, then I wouldn't sit there and say her ass would be grass, but then she would have to own up to the stuff that she, you know, that she did and the part that she played in it. So she doesn't feel guilty enough to do that, but she feels guilty enough to kiss him and, you know, all this other stuff. Anyway, at some point, Sonny leaves, and they get a knock on the door. And after Nina says a couple of times that they're not open, she answers the door. It's Maxie. Maxie, when I saw Maxie, I was like, two reasons. Kristen Storm is feeling a lot better, so that's awesome. And two, just watching Nina squirm. Watching Nina squirm, because you can, you know, when I saw it in the previews, you know, Nina said something along the lines of, oh, well, you know, I'm really happy to see you, I'm really glad to see you, but, you know, you really can't stay, or something like that. I'm like, why not? Why not? I want to hear this explanation. I can't wait till Monday. Why can't she stay? This should be good. I should get some snacks. I'm so petty and I don't care. Spencer has a talk with Kevin and Laura after, I'm not gonna lie, that girl, Asma Prince or whatever her name is, she just comes across as so pretentious and so annoying. Like, every time she opens her mouth, it's just like, oh my goodness, She sounds extremely annoying. Even when she was there talking in French and then she walked off, it's like, just, like, take your ass on somewhere else. I can't look at you at this point. But she has a talk with Kevin. I mean, he has a talk with Kevin and Laura, about him moving out. And the only thing that, for me, that really hit home a little bit, or, like, that I liked, I guess, was that when Spencer was like, listen, I can sit there and move out or whatever, have my own money. And Laura was like, no, you don't. You have your dad's money. You can't sit there and push him away, but then want his money at the same time. So, what are you going to do? And how even Spencer knew that she was sitting there, with facts. And he didn't even say anything. He just kind of walked out. And this is after a couple of times of him rebuffing Kevin and just, I don't know, still being kind of a dick to Kevin. And he walks out, and I guess Miss Prince or whatever got lost because she, made her way to Kelly's. And this is after Cam is there talking to Trina for a little bit about what happened and they, after they left. But, she comes in there and she talks to Cam for a little bit. And you can just tell it's just this awkwardness between, like her and Trina. Jocelyn walks in and it just got a hell of a lot worse. Because the minute that she saw Jocelyn, she starts talking about, oh, I know exactly who you are, you have a scar or whatever for your kidney transplant, and, your family's business, the coffee business. Now, in my head, I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, Cam and Trina were just like, is this chick serious? So you talk a little bit, and, you talk about, Spence and Spencer or whatever, because apparently this chick keeps calling him Spence for some odd reason, which is just kind of annoying. And, Spencer gets there. Spencer gets there, and he just has that look like, hell. Trina leaves. She talks to Jocelyn for a little bit. And, Jocelyn's kind of upset. He's upset with Spencer. And he's like, Jocelyn knows that she's hurt. Because they've been getting together. They've been getting close for a while. Putting on the charm or whatever. And didn't even bother to sit there and tell her that he had a boyfriend. That he had a girlfriend. That he had a girlfriend. And so, Trina tries to, shrug it off, whatever, whatever. I'm just gonna head out. And you can tell the look on her face, like, she's just sad and heartbroken. And hell, even when, Cameron comes out, Johnson's just like, yo, what kind of woman just walks up to somebody for the first time and just starts, throwing out their personal business? Meanwhile, Spencer's in there, and Spencer's, practically what the hell are you doing here? And, Prince is all like, oh, I got lost and, was looking for directions, but I'm really excited to get to know your friends and stuff like that. And you can just tell that Spencer's no. She's the type of girl that when she's out with you, she's going to find a way to embarrass you. And I'm just like, yo, that's supposed to be your girl and everything like that. You were just in there talking to Laura about how cool she was, and you didn't know if she thought that you were cool. And the minute that she gets by your friends, you have that look of embarrassment. What gives? I don't understand. Now I know I'm missing something. I don't know exactly what it is. I know I'm missing something. Because it's 14 minutes and I feel like it's already over. I don't know. The whole Chase and Willow scenes just seems like they're just getting very repetitive lately. Now it's at a point where every time Chase says something, he says it to get some sort of reaction out of Willow. And Willow just feels guilty about what she's doing, and that's been going on for a couple of days. Hell, there's one scene, and I think I might have said this, but I'll say it again, where, Brooklyn is asking Chase to weigh in on the whole Austin situation with the letter and everything like that. And Chase said something along the lines of, like, you know, I'm about the truth or whatever, and making sure people don't get blindsided, or something that he said. I don't exactly remember what it was. But when he said that, it was just this tension in the room. With Brooklyn, Willow, and Michael all look guilty. I mean, it was so bad that even Valentine picked up on it, like, like, his eyebrows, he was like, I don't know what the situation is about, but something's just, like, off, you know? Like, you could just feel the tension in that room at that point. And that's what their scenes have been about for the past couple of weeks, you know? Chase says something, and Willow feels guilty. She comes over to Michael since they're talking about, oh, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. It's like, yes, you can. We've been doing this for, like, how long now? The sad part, you know the sad part? Is that when I didn't see Chase in the wheelchair, like, this is after I saw Willow leave and make the call and he left, I really thought that Chase was going to follow them to Sonny's place and confront them right then and there. Hell, I even wrote in my notes, I was like, alright, now it's going down, alright, it's going to be good. And when I saw him get the letter and was calling Austin, I was like, I mean, that's cool, I'm glad you did that, but, like, I thought you were going to confront them both. This would have been perfect. But, no. We're just going to drag this on even further. And I think that's why I pretty much didn't have a lot to say about the whole Chase and Willow and Michael scene, because it just seems like rinse and repeat at this point. Yeah, there's been a lot of rinse and repeat. Even with the whole, Sonny and Nina stuff. Now it's about to get a little bit interesting because, you got Maxie in town. So that's going to be interesting. But just watching their two scenes today was just like, nothing really happened except for the fact that they were looking through Lenny's stuff. Which was heartbreaking, it was sad. But it didn't really go anywhere. And so I was just like, alright, I kind of like, my goodness, I just do not care at this point. I just wanted to get to a certain point, and I get that it's a soap opera, and, it's every day or whatever, but it's like, I've been dragging this whole storyline out for so long, that I almost kind of look at my notes, and even when I look at my other notes, I'm just like, man, they just look so damn similar, because not that much have changed. Yeah, I think that's about it. Like I said, this episode was slightly better than the episode. Well, this episode was a lot better than the episode yesterday, because that just pissed me off. Interesting stuff that happened in this episode. It's just too bad that it happened towards the end of the episode. Because it would have actually made a really great episode. I feel like, I guess that's why they call it Cliffhanger Fridays, but it was like, did a lot of nothing need to happen in the first 20 minutes of it before we actually got to the good stuff towards the end? I don't know. Anyway, with that being said, I think that's about it. If I missed anything, please write it down in the comment section below. I want to thank everyone for watching. Be safe. I will see you in the next video.